NBA champion Festus Ezeli. I am Kareth Burke. I'm not sure if the Warriors anticipated a game like this, but Mully, nothing's ever guaranteed.
Well, Kareth, Festus told us the Kings may make some threes tonight, and they did. They put up a valiant effort. First quarter was basically even. Kings won by one. Second quarter, the Warriors jumped on them, 41-27. They had a great quarter. Steph had 14, Melton 12, Pods 11. Of those 41 points, they took care of the basketball, just 2 turnovers for 2 points. But then the third quarter, the Kings came back, won 28-19. Warriors had big-time turnovers, I think 15-2 points off turnovers. Got the Kings back in the game. Hung around all during the fourth quarter, but they made the plays when they needed to. I think actually this was a good game for them because it was not a runaway. They had to really kind of focus, play some clutch minutes, make some free throws. And in the fourth quarter, they only had 2 turnovers against. That was a positive. So Steph got his 25, 26 minutes, looked sharp. I thought the role players played really well. Got contributions from everybody. So overall, a good W. I think building better habits and trying to build some momentum going into the play-in tournament.
This is exactly what you can take away from this game. This is a game where the Warriors are really badly banged up, right? You have this mishmash of players coming together, and Steph Curry's thrown back in the lineup. They're trying to get some minutes together. They're trying to get some meaningful minutes. You go against the Sacramento Kings. The only way you can get that is in clutch time minutes, and that's where you take away this game. You see what the Warriors do. They're able to get some big-time plays at the end of the game, big-time stops. I thought over the flow of the game, you could see the Warriors go back into some bad habits. They turned the ball over 11 times in the third quarter, and this is not what you want against a bad team. So that's something the Warriors are going to have to clean up. But in the fourth quarter, you got to see Steph making plays. You saw, Brandon Pajewski hit a big shot. They went to their defensive lineup at the end of the game to get a stop. These are the things that you could take away from a game like this, and just a win with some meaningful minutes.
All right, let's go back inside. Fitz and Buki have Steph Curry, his second game back after that 27-game absence.
Steph, what did it feel like? Another clutch game. It's game 2 back, but you guys answer the bell and finish it down the stretch. How you doing?
We're doing great. I mean, it's obviously great to win. No matter who we're playing, we're trying to build good habits. We had a horrible third quarter, turned the ball over, but great response on defense in the fourth. Guys hitting big shots. BP down the stretch, Seth down the stretch. And we got enough stops, so just thankful to get the win and keep building.
You just mentioned your brother Seth. He had 9 timely points. You mentioned the big shot he hit down the stretch. Got to play with him for the first time the other night. He kept the jerseys from the other night. Did you get to keep anything, like the game ball or something? What'd you get to keep?
I got to keep the memories.
Hey, tell us about Charles Bassey tonight with the double-double, because it was fun to watch him roll. It was fun to watch him on the second chance points in the glass. It's kind of a different toy for a big guy rolling there.
Yeah, no, our front court has been kind of impacted by so many injuries, and for him to come in. Last game, I told him it's like we've been playing the pick and roll for about 10 years. The first possession I got in, he got a nice dunk. It's you can tell he has really good feel. He plays, really aggressive in the paint, and 14 and 12, when we needed it, it was huge.
Steph, you said you know how to manage your knee. It's kind of the new normal. It looks like you do have a lot of confidence in that knee. You're getting double teamed a bunch. Guys are trying to bounce you around and getting physical with you, but you're handling and absorbing that physicality pretty well.
Yeah, the first game, you're always just riding adrenaline and the joy of just being back out there. The second game is always a little harder just because you have to turn it back around in 48 hours, but I'm getting my rhythm, and I'm just happy to be out here and compete and feel the juices of that 48 minutes, especially with two clutch games. So I'm happy to be back.
How about the moment when Moses Moody came out and the way Dub Nation welcomed him back? You were clapping yourself, but it was just great to see Moses just in general. But I loved how the fans treated him in that moment.
Oh, for sure. We got to see him right, but he came in about half an hour before the game. It was our first time seeing him since the surgery. And he always brightens the room. He's got that smile and that presence about him. So it was great to see him. It's great for the fans to give him that love, which he deserves. And, we're obviously wishing him a speedy recovery. And, I know he'll be back strong, but it was just great to see him.
Steph, you had 2 4-point plays tonight. Yeah. Can you walk us through how you keep your concentration? Obviously, your form is always pure. Your legs can go all over the place, and it doesn't seem to matter. How do you do that?
I mean, you have to obviously focus in on the rim. You know, sometimes it can be contact or whatnot. I do fall a lot, but those two were, you know, just timing, you know, confidence, let it go, absorb the contact and have fun with it. So I think that, you know, 2 is probably my record in a game. I was trying to get one more, but, you know, next time.
All right, we're going to let you go with this. There's never been a hack of Curry that I've ever seen. Not you, not Dell. They intentionally fouled Seth, an 86% career free throw shooter. You got to tease your brother about that.
Twice.
I'll tease him for sure because he shot 50% on that those attempts. So I guess it worked out in their favor. But then he came back and validated with 2 more after that. So. You know, we always have fun. Competition. I know we hate when we miss free throws. But I was glad to see him knock a couple down.
Hey, we appreciate you stopping, Seth. Great to see you healthy. Hack a Curry. It's a new thing. Bring it on. That is Steph Curry. He and Seth will go back and forth about that. And Dell, Curry free throw slander. He's not putting up with any of that.
Currys aren't supposed to miss free throws.
No, they don't. So Steph finishes with 17. Seth finishes with 9. The Warriors come up with a win. Bassie a double-double. It's the Lakers at Sacramento and at the Clippers to wrap up the season.
Great to hear from Steph there, who's talking about getting his rhythm back. And we just need to put this in perspective again. He went out before the All-Star break, expected to come back shortly after, but no, it turned into the month of February out, the month of March out. This was his second game back after missing 27. How do you see him getting that rhythm back, Mully?
Kara, this guy, you know, he's done so many amazing things in his career. One of the most amazing things he's able to do is come back from extended periods after injury and look better than ever. And he's done it once again. His first night back against the Rockets, knocking down threes, getting past his defender, making tough layups. Tonight, 2 4-point plays. And by the way, it was 48-44, 4-point game. Steph hits a 4-point play to make it 52-48. And the next possession, Pods hits a 3. This is the thing that Steph adds to this offense. Just the explosiveness of one possession can just flip the game. Tonight, got his minutes in. Thought he looked really good physically. But that's what the Warriors have been missing. Not only the shot making, even that big 3 that Pods made, that was a Steph Curry offensive rebound, kick out, wide open 3. He just draws so much attention. And those shots have been there, but they're different when Steph's on the floor. They just have more confidence. There's a little bit more rhythm and flow, and you know when it's coming because you can just feel the defense gravitating towards Steph, and the shot just feels more in rhythm with Steph on the floor.
I mean, speaking of rhythm, Mully, you know, the thing I love about Steph is that he brings a confidence to this team that it's beyond just shots and shot making, right? What I always say about Steph is the greatness of Steph Curry is in the attempt. It's not really in the make, right? The fact that he even takes some of these shots is crazy. But you got to think about the mentality. For him to come back, I know a lot of the conversation was if Steph was going to come back at the end of the season, if it was worth it. And the person I know, the player I know, is always determined to take the chance. It doesn't matter. The Steph that we know today, he doesn't come around if he doesn't take the chance in the first place. So what I love about him is he just does all the work. He's able to stay present. And right now, at the end of the season, he's just taking it one game at a time. You see him. The biggest thing about this game, I feel, is that Steph Curry felt good after the first game. He came back the second game. You saw him feel good. He could take those bumps, take those bruises, and he played in clutch minutes at the end of the game. Got the team to feel confident having Steph around. They made plays using his gravity. This is what you want to see. You got to build off of that.
Yeah, guys definitely want to feel that gravity. Among them, DeAnthony Melton, who had a tough month of March. But Melt, arriving at 21 points tonight, also had 4 threes. We want to give Melt his own credit, but he also has to be happy that Steph Curry is back on the floor.
Yeah, he needed this game. You see the efficiency numbers there, 7 of 12, 4 of 6 from 3. But, you know, these easy baskets in transition, you get a few layups, you get a few easy ones, and then all of a sudden the basket looks bigger. You're feeling better about your outside shot. So Mel's had a really good year, had a tough month. You know, I think everyone missed Steph Curry, obviously, but probably none more than DeAnthony Melton.
Yeah, because when you have Steph back on the floor, De'Anthony Melton goes back to his normal position. He's an attack guard. He's not really a creator for other people. His job is to create offense for himself, and then based off of that, then people get passes and shots that way. I thought De'Anthony Melton did a great job getting downhill, coming off of ball screens, doing what he does best. You have him attacking the rim, but also on the defensive end. When you have him creating on the defensive end, that takes a lot of energy. So you don't want him being the creator on offense too for other people. So his ability to create and him getting slotted back to the two-guard position, it only helps that Steph is back at the helm, really pushing him back to his regular, normal rotation.
Yeah, and with the Warriors, where they play 5 out, it's so important, as you said, that they do get downhill. But when the defense is set and the ball is always in front of you and you can keep the ball in front of you, that's a tough thing for the Warriors. They don't have that extra speed. But with Steph, the defense is always chasing a basketball because they double him. They're running after someone, and that's a long closeout. So all of a sudden, De'Anthony Melton, Pods, it's much easier for them to get by their man. And that's a huge part of the Warriors' offense.
Yeah, that's Steph's gravity right there. You experienced it firsthand.
Absolutely. I got a lot of layups, dunks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Look at Bassi.
Yeah.
Bassi had a great double-double for the big guy, big Nigerian out of Western Kentucky. I love watching how his first play of the game, he gets a pick and roll with Steph. He's like, I didn't even realize I could be so open. That's what happens when you play with Steph.
GP2 told him, dunk if you're open. There you go. So everybody eating a little bit around Steph. De'Anthony Melton, a game-high 21, and he caught up with our Zena Queta.